Welcome to the deep dive. This is where we don't just accept the story.
We break it
We examine the pieces.
and expose the machinery inside. Let's dive in.
What if the modern gospel of hustle isn't a path to freedom, but a perfectly designed cage? So today we're jumping into this world where, ambition meets, well, let's call it a meticulously crafted illusion. You know that feeling when you watch something, maybe online, and your gut just screams that it's not quite what it seems.
Like it's staged.
Exactly. You get that vibe that maybe a hyped-up heavyweight match is really just selling you something else entirely.
Right.
Well, look, if you had that suspicion, your intuition is spot on. It's a carefully constructed narrative. It's designed to sell a persona and, ultimately products.
Absolutely.
We're looking today at excerpts from Deconstructing the Sales Guru Persona, and it really zooms in on this video featuring Grant Cardone and Jordan Belfort. It looks like a clash of titans, right? But when you start peeling it back...
It's not a match. It's a performance. A synchronized, cross-promotional sales pitch.
That's it.
And our mission today, to dismantle that facade. We're going to peel back the layers, expose the underlying mechanics.
Show you how these narratives get built, what they're really selling.
And maybe what they actually cost you, the listener. Okay, let's start with Grant Cardone's core ideas. One central argument he hammers home is volume is the only variable that matters.
Just volume.
Yeah, just think about that for a second. It's a massive oversimplification, isn't it?
It really is.
It completely ignores, well, everything else.
Wow.
Quality of work, actual talent, market conditions.
Product market fit.
Right. Even basic ethical considerations about how you do business.
And the proof he offers.
It's always anecdotal. Always. It worked for me. And he presents that like it's some immutable law of the universe.
And that's where the narrative comes in, which is so powerful. He builds this classic hero's journey around himself. You hear the origin story, how he was supposedly terrible at sales.
Right. The rock bottom moment.
Until he had to succeed. It's a masterclass in relatability, really. It dramatizes his awakening.
Makes it seem inevitable.
Yes. And it makes his current success seem not just earned, but almost destined. This whole prepackaged story, from fired failure, drug addict.
He redeemed ultra-wealthy savior.
Exactly. It's designed to slip right past your critical thinking. It taps directly into those deep insecurities, those desires for redemption, for wealth that a lot of people feel.
It's potent stuff.
And then you have 10x, that symbol.
Ah, yes, 10x.
It's way more than just multiplying by 10, isn't it?
Right, absolutely. It's become like a spiritual mantra for his whole approach. Demands total faith, relentless action.
No room for doubt.
None. And that aggressively confident tone he uses.
Yeah.
That's not just his personality bubbling through. It's a deliberate tactic. It's designed to sound like undeniable truth.
To overwhelm you.
Precisely. Push past your rational defenses, make you believe he holds the keys, he's the only one who knows what's real.
And when you step back, zoom out a bit,
You see the pattern.
every story, every piece of advice, it always loops back to a Grant Cardone product.
Cardone University, Cardone Capital, the 10X conferences, the books.
Yeah. Even that cage match banter you see with other gurus sometimes.
That's not real conflict.
No. It's calculated performance. It's designed to create buzz, build hype for what? A future revenue stream? Maybe that $100 pay-per-view event they joked about?
It's the guru industrial complex in plain sight. Extracting value directly from the audience's hopes and dreams. It's a strategic move, positioning himself as the sole source of answers.
Making followers dependent.
Utterly dependent on his next video, his next course, his next big investment opportunity. It's a very, very clever cage. But what's really interesting, I think, is when you start poking at the internal contradictions.
Oh, yeah. There are plenty.
He often says he hates gimmicks and tricks.
All the time.
Yet his entire public persona, from that origin story we talked about to the aggressive delivery, it's a performance. It is a meticulously crafted gimmick.
Yeah.
He dismisses things like NLP or sales psychology techniques, while he himself is using advanced narrative structuring, emotional persuasion, all the time.
So he's doing the very thing he criticizes.
Exactly. And he talks about selling a wide variety of products, but his own massive success. It's built primarily on selling one thing, his methodology, the Grant Cardone way.
That's a great point.
So the liberating idea here, the way you kind of break free from that particular spell, is to see all this not as education, but as entertainment, as performance art, designed for one primary purpose, lead generation.
It's a show.
It's a show, not a school. Okay, let's dig even deeper now. Let's unveil some of the more subtle control mechanisms embedded in these philosophies. Put some core concepts under the microscope.
Right.
Take his idea. Volume, activity is the only solution. The sweet spot is a myth.
Just keep churning.
Basically, yeah. At its heart, this mirrors that old industrial era factory owner mentality, doesn't it?
How so?
Well, a worker's value is just measured in units produced.
Yeah.
Output. It ignores fatigue, creativity, skill, nuance.
It's Taylorism for the soul, almost.
That's a good way to put it. Applying factory floor logic workers as just units to our lives, reducing us to relentless churning machines.
And there's so much wisdom from other traditions that just refutes this entirely.
Yeah.
This relentless drive for more, more, more. It completely ignores something like, say, the Taoist concept of wu-wei.
Which isn't about being lazy.
Not at all. It's about strategic inaction, knowing when to align with the situation rather than just forcing everything with brute effort.
Or stoicism.
Yes. Stoic philosophy emphasizes prioritizing the right things, focusing on virtue, wise judgment, not just mindless activity.
Quality over quantity, intention over just busyness.
Right.
And if you look at the bigger picture, the societal implications, this demand for constant monitored activity, it can be a tool of social control.
What do you mean?
Thinkers like Foucault explored this.
Yeah.
Demanding endless productivity shapes individuals into, well, docile bodies suited for the capitalist machine, focused on output, obedience, not necessarily fulfillment or critical thought.
Wow. Okay, let's take another one. Cash is trash. Cash flow is king.
Ah, a classic.
This phrase, it really reveals an underlying dynamic, doesn't it?
It sure does. It's usually the mantra of someone heavily leveraged, maybe deep in real estate or other assets, where cash flow is king for them.
And the goal is?
Keep capital moving, often concentrating it in asset classes they control. It subtly pathologizes holding liquid cash, your own financial security.
Makes you feel bad for having savings.
Pretty much. Like you're doing something wrong if your money isn't constantly working for someone.
Philosophically, that's problematic.
It flies in the face of, say, Stoic or Buddhist ideas about detachment from external wealth, valuing inner peace over chasing external flows.
And economically?
Well, think about David Graeber's work, like in Debt, the first 5,000 years. He shows how this relentless drive for perpetual growth, endless cash flow, it's often a historical anomaly.
Not some natural law.
Exactly. It's a system that has historically served elites, not necessarily the average person seeking basic security. Okay, then there's that really radical statement. Buying a house is one of the dumbest things a human can do.
Yeah, that one gets attention.
That's the point. It's a classic destabilization tactic. Attack a common pillar of the middle-class dream homeownership. Make the listener feel insecure about their conventional plans.
And the end game.
Make you receptive to his unconventional advice, which just happens to be investing with him in his apartment deals. He wants your capital flowing into his system.
But that ignores so much, doesn't it? Countless cultural traditions value rootedness, community, stability.
Right. Think Wendell Berry's agrarianism, that deep connection to land and place.
And it completely dismisses the psychological security that comes from owning your own home. For many people, that's huge. It's a fundamental need, not just a financial calculation.
To just brush it off like that overlooks a massive part of human well-being.
Absolutely. When you really break that statement down.
It's basically messaging that says, don't build your own equity.
Become a tenant instead.
Yes, a tenant in a property owned by a fund. Quite possibly his fund. You're just trading a mortgage for perpetual rent, funding his empire, instead of building your own security.
Okay, let's sharpen the focus now. Look at some specific tactics, these patterns of persuasion they use to pull you in.
The deceptions.
Yeah. First up, the myth of the hustle epiphany.
The origin story.
Exactly. Pure narrative crafting. Creates that relatable before, so the after seems miraculous and only possible if you follow his system.
We see it everywhere. The hero's journey, repackaged for late-stage capitalism, turning a career into a sacred quest.
And the freedom lens here, if you buy into this narrative, you're essentially letting a salesman write your life story.
Your struggles become just backstory for his product.
Ouch. Okay, number 2, the volume Über Alles dogma.
This is Reductionism 101. Boil complex problems down to one crude solution. Just do more.
Who benefits from that?
Anyone who needs an endless supply of busy worker bees, confusing activity with achievement. It's the hammer and nail fallacy.
If all you preach is volume.
Every problem needs more volume. And if you embrace this, you risk becoming just a cog, sacrificing strategy, creativity, maybe even your sanity, just to keep the wheels spinning faster.
All right, a really common one, the I'm just a real guy illusion.
The authenticity play.
Right. Manufacturing realness because paradoxically, that often seems more persuasive than actual authenticity these days.
It's like the king dressing down to seem like one of the people. Build trust, disarm criticism.
And if you fall for it,
You're falling for the confidence trick. Believing the person precisely because they claim they don't have a scheme.
sneaky. Okay, how about the cash is trash doctrine?
Pure fear-based control. Make people terrified of holding liquid cash, which is actually a tool of freedom,
And funnel them where?
into illiquid investments. Often ones managed by the guru, generating fees. It's like reverse alchemy, turning the gold of security into the lead of leveraged risk.
And the danger for you, the listener.
You end up on a hamster wheel,
Yeah.
always chasing cash flow, maybe never truly owning your financial situation or
Yes.
achieving real independence.
One more. The cage match distraction.
Pure spectacle. Misdirection.
Like bread in circuses.
Exactly. For the entrepreneurial crowd, divert attention from substance or the lack of it towards drama, confrontation, generates clicks, builds hype for the next thing.
So if you find yourself getting really invested in that manufactured drama,
You might just be a spectator, not a critical thinker. You're being entertained by the gladiators of commerce, not necessarily learning anything useful.
okay. So wrapping this all together, what's the ultimate deception here? The core illusion.
It's this. Greg Cardone's success, or any guru like him, is not primarily a replicable system based on effort alone. That's what they sell, but it's not the whole truth.
So what is it then?
His success comes from a very specific, maybe even unique combination of factors.
Yeah.
A certain personality type, a tolerance for risk that, frankly, borders on pathological sometimes. A genius for personal branding that's incredibly hard to copy, and critically, access to leveraged capital from thousands of investors. It's not just his hustle.
Ah. So he sells the process, the hustle.
Exactly. While obscuring the actual prerequisites for his kind of success. Things like intense charisma, opportunism, finding the right moment, and crucially, that massive leverage
He's selling certainty.
to people terrified of ambiguity, offering a simple formula where, in reality, things are much more complex and uncertain.
So our message to you, listening right now,
Reject the hustle porn. See the guru not as your mentor, but as a merchant.
their product is certainty, packaged attractively.
Your mind. It's not a funnel that needs filling with someone else's 10x dogma. It's sovereign territory. Protect it.
Stop accepting ideas, even motivational-sounding ones, that ultimately just chain you to someone else's system.
That initial doubt you felt,
Wow.
watching that video, sensing the performance, that skepticism,
Yeah.
that was the most valuable thing you had in that moment. Trust that instinct.
Now use it. Use it to really think for yourself. And that's our deep dive for this week.
Remember, the most dangerous illusion is the one you don't know you're in.
But now you know. So here's our question for you. What is the one idea you've held on to that you're finally ready to put on the chopping block?
Let us know in the comments. Question the narrative. Deconstruct the dogma. See the system.
We'll see you next time. Stay skeptical.
Thank you for joining us.